the boxes that you see behind us, and I'm going to step out of the way where you can take a good look at them. All of these boxes contain, and this is just half of it, by the way, it goes all the way back, contain 92,000 pounds of a extracted substance that's taken out of kratom, the substance kratom, taken out of kratom, and it makes it what's called 7-0, which recently the Florida legislature did an emergency bill to make 7-0 illegal here in the state of Florida.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stop it.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
All right, y'all, we back with another video. Y'all know how we do, always pushing help growth and to better understand itself. So in this video, we got 92,000 pounds of illegal drugs and explosives seized right here in Florida. So I don't believe that this guy just worked alone. I believe he was a part of something. Maybe the police had to know about it. I just believe that no one's going to run this kind of operation without getting consignment from some type of higher ups. Okay, that's just my opinion, but I'm gonna break this video down and showing y'all how it's so high sophisticated that it could be some involvement with some politicians. Check it out.
Confiscate 92,000 pounds of a substance used to make a drug known as 7-OH, a drug that's 3 times stronger than morphine. Florida recently passed an emergency law banning it. Investigators say the suspect, 26.
So 3 times stronger than morphine. So this could be a battle of pharmaceutical drug dealers, okay, Caucasian men that is making something that's better. So now this just got banned in Florida, probably because morphine was not as potent as this. So now the whole, the whole structure, the whole organization of what they're doing just got exposed, when really it was probably a battle between medication that they say is 3 times stronger, so it could be better.
Year-old Maxwell Horvath also had materials to create large amounts of explosives.
Now that last name, Horvath, that doesn't seem like it's American. Okay, it don't seem like it's American. It seems like it's something from overseas. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a little hat son. Y'all get my drift, but let me let
along with 3 dozen guns and thousands of rounds of ammunition.
Folks, this is what danger looks like right here. Everything that you see behind us, everything you see in front of us is a red flag for disaster. It is I mean, you look, the guy was making his own suppressors, fully.
I wouldn't be surprised if they was just dumping some drugs off in the black community to sell. How much they need prisoners right now, y'all. Y'all don't understand that private prisons is going after the state, saying they don't even have enough money for, to stay in business because they don't have inmates coming in. I wouldn't be surprised if something weird was going on. They're not going to tell us everything.
Automatic weapons, explosive devices. This guy was either looking to engage war or looking to arm those and furnish to those that are. And you see, even had, as you can see in the video, even had a 50 cal on a tripod, ready to do serious damage.
The sheriff's office says this is the largest seizure of its kind in U.S. history, and that Horvath could spend the rest of his life in federal prison. Currently, he is in the Brevard County Jail. Sheriff Wayne Ivey says he is waiting on federal indictment. For now, reporting live for Live Now with Fox, Marley Capper. We'll send these back to you.
All right, Marley, thanks so much for joining us there in Brevard County. I do want to take us out to some more of that footage that we have here, courtesy of investigators who seized all of these illegal drugs. And as you heard from Marley's report there, she played a little bit of an update that we had from those same investigators. I do have the full presser, if you could say, or the news conference that was released not too long, about 5 minutes, but it really breaks down just how serious this case is. As Marley had said, this is the largest drug bust in the nation's history.
which has to have some type of involvement. That's just my opinion. These guys are there. They got the head guys there standing next to them like they did some work. They knew this was going on.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sheriff Wayne Ivory of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, and I'm standing here with Palm Bay Chief Agello. We're going to give you a breakdown on a case that our agencies work today along with DEA, ATF, other federal task force members. I'm going to start out by saying what you see lying on the table in front of us with all the guns. A lot of these weapons are automatic weapons. We'll get into some of the meat and potatoes of this in just a second. But what's even more concerning, the boxes that you see behind us, and I'm going to step out of the way where you can take a good look at them. All of these boxes contain, and this is just half of it, by the way, it goes all the way back, contain 92,000 pounds of a extracted substance that's taken out of kratom, the substance kratom, taken out of kratom, and it makes it what's called 7-0, which recently the Florida legislature did an emergency bill to make 7-0 illegal here in the state of Florida.
The emergency bill. That's what we got to look at. Okay, it was an emergency bill because they didn't have the rights to arrest people for this. So this came simultaneous to where this became illegal, because this is probably the biggest thing. The explosive and all of that is, but that is probably the biggest thing in my opinion. So that this just happened. They were up to something. It's some back door going on this play, and they're just revealing to us by what they're saying. But they know FBA. We smart. We know how to peep at, man. We street smart. We understand the lingo.
Maxwell Horvath is who we have in custody for this. Chief, I know you've got the briefing as well as I have. Search warrant earlier this morning. Our team went out, as I said, agents from all the different agencies involved, feds and local law enforcement, working on this. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background on Maxwell Horvath, and then the chief's going to talk about some of the things that he had inside. 26 years old in 2017. Now remember, he's just 26 years old in 2000.
So y'all want us to believe that a 26-year-old had all of this going on with no help? None whatsoever.
2017, he served 2 years in federal prison for possession of an explosive device, trafficking in MDMA.
That's where they get you, y'all. Once certain people, they get them, you in the feds, and you're now their slave. They get you to do things, and they'll bring you up like this. I don't think this guy just worked alone, in my opinion. But that's what they trying to tell us. Like, he couldn't even get all of that stuff in there by himself. That took a crew. That took a whole rub.
He got 2 years of federal probation. Well, he's got a lot more coming now, including pending federal indictments that are coming on him. Chief, if you'll talk a little bit about the explosive stuff they found in the warehouse.
I appreciate it. Great collaboration, as you mentioned, by all agencies and departments involved. But yeah, so for example, improvised explosive devices, 5 IEDs were located on this property where the warrant was initiated at. Not to mention grenade simulators and 50 pounds of precursor chemicals to make explosives. So we're not just talking about drugs. We're not just talking about illegal substances out in the streets. We're talking about explosive devices, things that the military are utilizing and other countries are utilizing all over the world to take out populations of people. I said this.
This is cap. Now, I mean, yeah, he's got military weapons because he's tied into the military. It's something going on where he got access to something to compete in this capitalistic market, because he wouldn't be making that, and they wouldn't did an emergency bill for nothing. They did an emergency bill to capitalize on money. And now this is busted. It's probably going to be some more bust of people that's making this thing that's 3 times more potent than morphine. They don't want that going around. They probably heard about that and don't want that going around. And it's going on. It's probably with all Caucasian people, because they're the ones that's thinking this in this capitalistic way. So this is what I think. I want to get what y'all feel about this case, because it's very important. This is like, they're giving us the news, but they don't tell us the backstory. And I think that bill is telling us the whole backstory. But I don't know what y'all think, man. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love.